students, today we are going to discuss an important topic of molecular genetics, that is genetic code. That is genetic code. As in the previous classes we have studied about the process of the DNA replication and the transcription in detail, and we also study one line diagram and we are going to draw that diagram here also. In the previous classes we have studied the process of replication and the transcription in detail. And before studying the process of this translation, that is protein synthesis, we firstly have to study about genetic code. What is genetic code? And in the genetic code we come to know about what are the codons, what are initiation codons, what are terminator codons, and so on. Let us proceed towards our topic, that is genetic code. And let us consider a DNA molecule, and we know that DNA is made up of two strands, this one and this one, and on the strands the nitrogen bases are present. Normally there are four types of nitrogen bases, that is adenine, thymine, cytosine and guanine. And adenine pair with thymine with the help of the two hydrogen bonds, and the cytosine pair with guanine with the help of the three hydrogen bonds. In case of DNA, adenine pair with thymine, but when the DNA forms the mRNA, that is undergo transcription, in case of RNA, adenine does not pair with thymine, but instead of thymine we use uracil. What we use? Uracil. So we can write adenine pair with uracil with the help of the bonds. Now we will define here as the genetic code. Actually, the nitrogen bases which are present on the strands of the DNA contain some information. This information is then passed on towards the protein machinery factory. That is protein machinery. This information is then passed on towards the protein machinery factory in the form of mRNA, and then there take place the process of the translation or the protein synthesis. Now this is the structure of the mRNA, and it proceeds from 5' to the 3' end. On the mRNA the sequence of bases are present, and these bases contain the information. Study about the characteristics of the genetic code. The first characteristic is that it has got triplet nature. It has got triplet nature. Triplet nature means to say that the nitrogen bases are present in groups, and the three nitrogen bases together form a group. That is, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and the three nitrogen bases together forms a group, and this group is called as the codon, and this one group is called as codon. Similarly, this is another codon, this is another codon, this is another codon. So nitrogen bases are present in the form of triplets, which we call as the codons. And there are some codons that will initiate the protein synthesis, and they are called as the that is initiation codons, and they are called as initiation codons. They may be AUG or GUG. Similarly, there are some codons that terminate the process of the protein synthesis or the translation, and we call them as the termination codons. What we call as termination codons, and these may be UAA, UAG, UGA. And these initiation codons are also called as the start signal because they start the formation of the protein synthesis. And the terminator codons are also called as special sense codons or the nonsense codons because they terminate or stop the process of the protein synthesis. Or these three terminator codons has been given special names, that is UAA, we call it as ochre, and the UAG that we call as amber, and UGA that is called as opal. So these, so UAA is called as ochre, UAG it is called as amber, and the UGA it is called as opal. And these three are also, and these are the other names of these three codons. Move on towards the second characteristic of the genetic code, that is it is comma-less. It is comma-less. As we have shown here, the mRNA and the nitrogen base are present here. There is no comma between two adjacent codons or between the two nitrogen bases of the codon. And the third characteristic of the genetic code is that non-ambiguity of codons. By non-ambiguity of the codon, we means to say that our genetic code is not confusing. Our genetic code is not confusing. If it means that if UGG codon is present and then it will code for an amino acid, that is tryptophan. Tryptophan. Whether this UGG is present here or at the some other side, it will only code for tryptophan. So our genetic code is not confused. And the third characteristic of the genetic code is that no overlapping between the bases of the codon. This means that no codon share its base, or in other words we can say that one nitrogen base becomes the part of only one codon and it cannot become the part of another codon. Another important feature of the genetic code is that degeneracy or the redundancy. Actually we know that there are 20 amino acids are present, 20 amino acids, and 64 codons are present. Codons. Here we see that the number of codons are more as compared to the number of the amino acid. Thus we can say that more number of codons code for lesser number of the amino acid. So we can say that the genetic code is degenerate, or this is the degeneracy feature of the genetic code. That is more number of codons, more number of codons codes for lesser number of amino acid. This feature of the genetic code is called as degenerate. But remember that there is one codon which codes for only one amino acid, that is UGG codon codes for only one amino acid, that is tryptophan. And the highest number of the codon is for arginine. It has got approximately 6 codons. Another feature of the genetic code is that it is universal. By universal we mean that if UGG codon is present in our body, then it will code for tryptophan. And if this codon is present in the body of any animal or bacteria or the viruses, then it will code for same amino acid. Then we can say that our genetic code is universal. Well students, I hope you have enjoyed today's lecture, and if you have any query regarding to this topic, please message me in the comment box. I will definitely reply to your answer. Thank you.